Yeah, I think the takeaway emphasis has been good. I think our guys are understanding. It's like anything else. When you set a standard for what you want, you have to have a way to hold accountable for that standard, and we don't waver on that. And so they understand that they're going to get those takeaways, or there's going to be a consequence for that. And so that's what we've stuck to. So our guys are, what I want to get to is in practice when they are just fighting and clawing and stretching to get those takeaways. And they know exactly where we're at during practice, how many we got, how many we need. They're talking to each other, and it just becomes, you get what you emphasize. So I thought we had a good day today getting those. Had a big pick six there in the team period at the end, which was huge. And that's what you got to do. That's how you win games.
Coach Wilson mentioned that the defense played well in the scrimmage. Do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I thought that it was a good day for, especially being the first one that we've had, with our new system, and I thought the kids competed well, and we gave up, in my mind, too many big plays, as a group. But a lot of those were just some mistakes that we made and missing an assignment here and there, which is understandable early on. But yeah, I tell you the effort's been great. The want to, we just got to be able to get mentally tougher. Physically, mentally tougher in my mind, and that's my challenge. We keep preaching to them every single day, but it's a process of getting the culture changed. It's a process of getting the mentality changed, and it's a battle that we're going to fight every day.
Where do you see the development of the secondary? Where does it need to be?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, and all three levels have to be strong. I think the secondary is one that's, we're so young last year, and then we still got several guys that I strongly believe will be in the mix that are not able to be out there. So it's been great for all those other guys to get reps, and to me, it's a position of technique and confidence, and you got to have thick skin back there. You're going to make some plays. They're going to catch some balls on you. It's how do you respond to that? To me, it's that mental. We talked about the mental toughness, the competitive toughness to be able to play through the catches, because they're going to have them. You've got a lot of great receivers in this league that we're going to play, and the DBs are going to be challenged. I think it's the toughest position on the field to play, and it's a tough position to coach, and it's definitely been an emphasis for us. So I'm proud of those guys. I think we had a lull in today's practice that I didn't like in that area, but we're going to address it like we already did and keep fighting through it. So, but that group is, they're competing, they're fighting, and I wanted to see them compete every rep. That's my emphasis.
Looking maybe more specifically at the Husky position, I think you talked last week about just focusing the discipline on training the eyes in the correct spots. Where else maybe are you seeing some progress right now?
I think up front, there's guys there that are starting to understand the things we do up front are really different than what they did, from a technique standpoint in the past. And so retraining the muscle memory of those repetitions takes time. But I think the group is really buying into Coach Hagan and what he's teaching them. And even today we had several opportunities to get pressure on our quarterback. And that changes everything. It changes the whole game. You can sit back here, anybody can sit back here and throw to receivers and Scally and without the pressure. So the pressure has to be there. So I think that's been a big area. And then I think the linebackers as well. It's a group that different guys, that I've been pleased with, have stepped up, and we're just learning the reads and the keys and just having the confidence to run the show, and just to have that swagger about you. If something's not right, you fix it. Guy up front doesn't line up right, you move him. And because basically, when they don't line up right up front, it's on you. And we're going to hold those guys to a high standard of that. So that's another group that I think continue to progress.
Besides Bach and Thompson, are there anyone else you're maybe experimenting with that Husky spot?
Yeah, Will Dawkins has been got some strong reps there today. He was actually the one that got the big pick six, and he's a very talented young man that just needs to learn the position and discipline himself to be able to play the techniques consistently, but has a real strong skill set. So I'm really pleased with his progress there this week.
Coach, going back to the you go ahead, sir.
It just looks like you were keeping track of the takeaways on the doors of the position.
Oh, yeah.
What's behind that, or is that your idea?
Well, like I said, you get what you emphasize. And so I want it to be very visual. And so we don't just talk about it. They come in every single day, and the number of takeaways is posted on every single door on both sides of the door. So they see it coming, they see it going. And then also next to it is a production sheet of all the strip attempts, all the forced fumbles, all the fumble recoveries, everything that you can do to be, we call productive in practice. And we grade that as a staff. And so these guys are going to understand how important it is. And we've seen an increase in those just because they're very aware of it. And like I said, it's just it's important to our defensive staff.
Going back to the secondary, a guy like Rashard Fant, he's kind of the elder statesman back there. How has he evolved since he's been here, and what kind of leader is he developing into?
I'd like to see him be more verbal within the group. You know, I think that's a big challenge. You get guys that have quiet personalities. We have several guys like that. They're good guys. They do everything you ask them to do, but they got to bring somebody with them. You know, it just can't just be about me. You know, I talk about this. It's one of our, big core principles and core values that it's not about me. And we got to get our focus on the guys around us. And I tell our guys, and I've said it from day one, if they will learn to trust us as their coaches and learn to play for each other, and we're going to be a very good defense. And he's one of those guys I want to see him step up and bring guys with him. He has a strong skill set. He's got a lot of reps, played a lot of football in this league, and he's the guy that needs to rise up verbally within that position and bring guys with him.
Who are some of the other guys who you want maybe a little bit more out of, or who are some of the guys who are a little bit more vocal in that secondary?
You know, I think that Jonathan Crawford, when you talk about one end, he's another really good kid, just quiet. You know, just how the good Lord made him. You know, and so he has to really work hard to be verbal. He's doing a much better job there, and I think that's huge. You know, even the guy, at the free safety position as well. You know, we really got to make sure that we understand that I run the defense from the back end, and those guys are critical to that component. And so, to me, if you're going to play in the rover or the free, if you're going to play Mike linebacker, you got to be verbal. I'm not telling you, I'm not asking you to give pregame speeches, okay? I'm asking you to rise up and lead your group. And I tell the Mike linebackers, you run the defense. Whether that's comfortable for you or not, you have to do that. And the position demands it. And I'm going to demand it from you. And you always get what you want to get out of a guy. They will respond. And I think that's what we're slowly starting to get. And these guys, but it also comes with understanding what you're doing. You know, I will be loud and I will be confident when I know exactly what I'm doing. If I'm not sure, I won't be. That's how we all are, you know. And so it's just like when you're in the classroom as a student. If I know the answer, bam, I'm on it. If I'm not sure, it's kind of one of those things. And I want this. I want guys that rise up and are confident as they lead. And we're seeing more and more of that, and that's what we're going to get.
Just curious, all the takeaway talk. How often have you had to order push-ups for guys not calling takeaways a takeaway?
Well, I'm going to tell you what. Just today, Coach Inge comes up to me all fired up, and he used the T word twice, costing 50 push-ups during walkthrough. And after he said the first time, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to get him. And then he said again, and he caught him. So he's like, oh, man. So he's 50 push-ups right out there during walkthrough. So it happens. And but it's, once again, we're going to be aggressively taking that ball away.
Just in terms of the 4-2-5 scheme and everything, what's your sense of the progress these guys made in terms of getting acclimated to the new scheme over the last few weeks?
I think it's been pretty good. You know, we've kept it, pretty simple, which is good. We're just trying to get the key components to it, all the core principles. And we have a lot of carryover in our system where we can add things and it's not going to be a major change for them. And so once you get the basic principles laid for it, that they'll be able to add things in fall camp or even over the summer that will allow us to grow it. But I'd say the progress is good right now. So I'm excited about our guys and where we're at, and I'm just anxious to see us continue to have that mental toughness to stay with it.